Again in this installment of Spiritual Wisdom. We're in my lovely temple again with the altar. This is my sacred place. Today I'm going to be talking about the gender of plants. And we've got this lovely plant here, dandelion. An easy plant to come by, considered as a weed. Now, when we talk about the gender of plants, we're not saying that the plant is female or male. So we're just like if we're talking about gender with humans, we're talking about how someone identifies. Someone may identify as, if they were born a female, they may identify with the gender they were born with, or they may identify with a different gender, or they may be gender fluid. But when we talk magically about plants and their gender, and the magical community, we're not talking about their sex. We're not saying that if you look in Scott Cunningham's book and he says the gender of grapes or dandelions is, if he says dandelions are masculine, he's not saying that every single dandelion is a boy. That's not what he's saying. And he's not saying that every grape is a girl. What he is saying is there's a great feminine energy within the universe. This could be looked at as the goddess energy. And there's a great masculine energy within the universe, and this is the God energy. Everything in the universe has masculine and feminine energy in it. Even if you're a girl, you still have masculine energy within you. If you're a boy, you have a more feminine side. Feminine energy is the energy inside yourself, your internal energy, looking inside yourself and processing yourself. Masculine energy is the energy that directs itself outwards, maybe acting before thinking, that type of energy. However, dandelions, their gender is masculine, so this just means they direct their energy outwards and they connect with the God energy. So whenever you read in a plant book, a magical plant book, and it says gender masculine, this means that plant connects with the God energy. That's what it means. So the author's not saying this plant's a female, well, all dandelions are boys, and all grapes are female. He's just saying that the dandelion plant connects with the God energy. And the solar system, all the planetary energy is connected to this plant, to all plants. But the planet that this corresponds with strongly is Jupiter, because dandelions have got a really strong root and they really grow quite big and they expand a lot. That's why we call them weeds, because you can find them anywhere. They really know how to get around dandelions. So they're expansive. And Jupiter is the planet of growth, expansion. So dandelions connect with that. And also, everything connects with the elements. Our body is the earth. The air we breathe is the element air. The blood in our body is water. Our soul and our aura is fire. And again, depending on your sun sign will depend on what element you connect with strongest. Dandelions connect with all the elements, but the element they connect with strongly is fire. Same with all plants. Every plant is a gender. So cinnamon, a plant you can easily get in your supermarket, that connects with the masculine divine, meaning it connects with the God energy strongly. Their planet is Jupiter and their element is fire. They're good for expansion and growth too. So when you read in a book of magical correspondences, and it says to you the gender of this plant is masculine or feminine, it doesn't mean all dandelions are girls or boys. It just means what this particular plant connects with the God energy and directs its energy outwards. And if the book says this plant's feminine, it just means that that plant connects with the God energy, the goddess energy. When it comes to magical correspondences, some practitioners don't use them in their practice. So some magical practitioners would say, right, I find the correspondences of dandelions interesting, but I'm more interested in their magical properties. And Scott Cunningham gives you the correspondences and the Encyclopedia of Herbs. And he also tells you about their properties, deities associated with them. But me and my friend were having a discussion about that, and about herbs and their gender, and he thought, well, the plant should, and he made a joke about it, or he just didn't really understand it. However, I always encourage people to take inspiration from books like Scott Cunningham, other books about plants, but do some energy sensing with the plants. Meditate, and you may meditate on the plant or crystal. You may find yourself agreeing with the author or disagreeing. For me, I agree with Scott Cunningham. The gender of these is masculine, planet is Jupiter, and element is air. And I agree, I've meditated on it, and I at least meditate with my plants and do some energy sensing with them, same with my crystals, for at least 21 days to really get a good feel of them, and over that period I may find myself agreeing or disagreeing with the author. Sometimes I find myself agreeing, other times not. Like in Scott Cunningham's book, the herb chamomile, the gender is feminine, so the gender is masculine, and the planet's sun, and I think the element's water or fire. But for me, I just didn't agree with the correspondences. For me, chamomile, I've meditated with it, and for me, the gender is feminine, the planet is the moon, and element's water. For me, that's what chamomile corresponds with on a personal level. So yes, I encourage you to take inspiration from books and from authors, but always meditate, feel the energy of the plant or crystal yourself, and write down in your book of shadows, how does this plant's energy feel to you? What is its gender for you? What planet do you feel it corresponds with? What element do you feel it corresponds with? But always remember, when we're talking about the gender of plants, we're not saying that every dandelion is a boy and every grape is a girl. We're saying that dandelions connect with the God energy, the masculine divine, and grapes connect with the feminine divine, the goddess energy. So I hope that clears it up. If you have any comments, questions down below, please ask your questions. And I really want to clear that up because I was confused when I first read it in Scott Cunningham's book and other books, like when they tell you the correspondences of the plant. Correspondences are the plant, what the plant's energy resonates with, what's in alignment with. Just like when you look the moon, there's things that correspond with the moon's energy, things like lemons, things like moonstone, and also citrine and many other stones. So that's just a little bit of information about the gender of plants. So remember, when you see gender in a book about a plant or crystal, it just means that particular plant or crystal corresponds to the God energy or goddess energy. So if it says feminine, it means it connects very strongly with the goddess energy. If it says masculine, it connects very strongly with the God energy. But also meditate with your crystals, do some energy sensing on your plants and crystals, and find out their energy. But until the next installment of Spiritual Wisdom, may part meet again, and this is me just clearing up the gender of plants, crystals, Remember, everything is a gender to it. Everything has got a mask. The feminine and masculine energy is in everything, but if a particular item corresponds to feminine energy stronger, then that just means it corresponds to the goddess energy more. And if something corresponds to the god energy, therefore its gender will be masculine. Okay, until the next installment of Spiritual Wisdom, peace, blessings, love, and hope and wisdom.